How's it going, everyone, and welcome to the Myths of Infinite Warfare Zombies. This series digs deep into the game to find the mysteries that lie within, and you guys are here to help me look for them. If you have any myths that you would like to be tested, then all you have to do is type in the comment section a myth and then what your myth is, and the 5 people will be picked at random based on the most interesting ones, so make sure you have your thinking caps on. If you could yet again smash 100 likes on today's episode, that would be absolutely astonishing. That's a new word for me. And without further ado, let's go bust some myths. So the first myth was, when you go into raid mode and spawn a slasher, what will happen when you complete the ritual with a slasher already spawned? And this was sent in by anonymous people. So the idea of having 2 slashers out at the same time was definitely a scary thought, because after getting hit once, all you need is a flick to the toe and you'll fall to your death. So having 2 slashers to try pile drive you, it definitely wasn't a nice thought. But luckily that thought didn't come to life, because this myth didn't actually plan out at all. And what I mean by this is, as you can see, I have a slasher out and I have all the pieces to the ritual to start it, but the ritual won't actually start. And that is because you're already actually in a raid mode. Even if the slasher wasn't there and it was just a normal raid mode, it still would have the same results, because you can't actually start these rituals unless you're fully out of raid mode. So I guess that's a wrap for that myth for now. So let's move in to the next one. The second myth was, on a rave in the Redwoods, does Slugbutt slow down the slasher? And this was sent in by Sam the Man Gaming. So again, we're working with the same slasher as the first myth, and again, this is something I'm yet to try. Using Slugbutt wasn't really anything special back on the first 2 maps. In fact, I never seen it, and it was only until the disco step for Shaolin that we started seeing this card more. And without all that waffling about random crap, I'm basically saying that this is something I never tested because I never used the card. So it was a myth that stuck out to me, so let's get this tested. So it's come down to a 1-on-1 with me and the slasher. I called his mum a pussy, so he seems to be getting a little mad, and when I put my slug butt, well, that shit didn't work. So the slasher had my ass and said, "Call my mum again, I'll be eating your nipples for breakfast." But all jokes aside, Slugbutt has 0 effects on the slasher, so no point in really wasting the card. And now on to the third myth. The third myth was, when Insta Kill is active whilst using your chi, is it true the yellow bar doesn't go down? And this was sent in by Nathan Amon. Now this was actually very interesting, because there was probably times I had Insta Kill on whilst using the chi, but never really noticed if the bar went down or not. And then I heard people talking about how it actually didn't go down if you had Insta Kill active, but I never actually seen it like in person. So what I'm going to do is pop the card and run 2 different tests. I'm going to melee, and if I'm quick enough even, I'm going to go and see if shurikens work as well and see what results we get. So as we can see, the card is popped and the myth is true. You don't actually lose any of your meter whilst meleeing, but the real question is, if we use shurikens, will that take the bar away from us? And as you can see, it definitely does. So the moral of this myth is, because Insta Kill is active, it's all classed as a 1-shot 1 kill, so it doesn't drain the bar, and this could be used to get the wrap step done in the same round. So keep that in mind, you speedrunners, because I know I definitely will. Anyway, let's jump into the 4th myth. The 4th myth was, will Kindle Pops kill the clowns on Spaceland? And this was sent in by Ann Darby. So this myth got instant results, and I won't drag on with this, I'll get straight to the point. Testing the Kindle Pops on the clowns was something nobody has ever even talked about, so seeing this myth was like a god calling out, because do they work on clowns? That's the question that ran through my head multiple times when seeing this. And as you can see, I'm in the game, I'm placing a line of them, setting these bitches on fire, but they actually have no effect on the clowns whatsoever. And I still now, whilst recording this, wonder why the heck they don't. It's like the clowns are immune to fire, which just makes them that tad bit more annoying. But anyway, the results show that the Kinder Pops have 0 effects on the clowns, so let's move in to the final myth. The final myth was on Attack of the Radioactive thing. If you are using Rising Phoenix after someone crawls into the radiation, will it revive them and keep them alive? And this was sent in by Ofa Gaming. Okay, so this part I'm recording right now is actually live. It ain't scripted or anything, because getting into that radiation is something that I've wanted to be tested for so long. It's something that I've tested in many ways in previous episodes, and it had negative results. and it's something I want to see possible so badly. So I wanted to actually do a live reaction to this myth. So let's do this. So Vendetta, just run into the radiation for me so we can get this done as quickly as possible. Okay, so guys, as you can see, he's actually in the radiation and he's down. Let's pop the card. Okay, oh, he's up. Are you actually taking damage there at all? Oh, damn it. Damn it. I honestly thought he was up then and running around, but oh, damn it, man. I thought we finally cracked the way of getting into that radiation, but it honestly looks like this just isn't possible. Now back over to scripted Mike. So yeah, guys, as you can see, yesterday we got some pretty devastating results, which has now confirmed we ain't ever going in there, I guess. I just held on to the hope for too long of being able to get into there, but I've tested this in every single way possible and it all came out with death. So no, we will never be getting into that goddamn radiation, unless you're Jesus, of course. Now, onto a little bonus myth for this week. Okay, so last week we had a myth that was, if you use the 2-team card, can you survive the crocodile trap? And the comment section made it quite clear that I made a massive error, and I seen for myself that I did indeed make that error. So the card actually says, I stay invulnerable if the player next to me is on full health. And when we both stood in and died at the same time, he technically wasn't on full health. So I thought I'd do a quick redo and show you guys the real results. So here we are again at the same position as last time. And as you can see, even though he was outside it and had full health, the trap still killed me. So hopefully that cleared up some previous error for you guys. And again, I am sorry. I'll make sure to never make that kind of mistake again in the future. And that, ladies and gents, will wrap up episode 3 to the myths of Infinite Warfare Zombies. If you did enjoy today's episode, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to watch a new episode every single week, be sure to subscribe to the channel. You all know what to do if you want a myth featured in next week's episode. Make sure you get that comment section blowing up with myths. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in next week's episode.